When we think of cars that have four-wheel drive systems, the ones that immediately spring to mind, for me at least, are Range Rovers, BMW X5s, perhaps even a Toyota Land Cruiser. Essentially anything that's suited to going off-road in a field, even if it's not actually used for that purpose. But there's a very compelling argument to be made for putting a four-wheel drive system in an everyday road-going car. And that's exactly what Skoda have done with this Octavia Combi. Skoda aren't exactly noted for their four-wheel drive capability, so I'm going to have to borrow from their sister brand Audi to give you a little bit of an insight into just how important and effective a four-wheel drive system on an everyday road-going car can be. Audi were massively successful as rallyists thanks in no small part to their iconic Audi Quattro. But in 1987 they turned their back on all of that and they instead raced on tracks over in America against two-wheel drive cars. And their Audi 200 Quattro obliterated the competition and it proved that Quattro systems, or four-wheel drive systems, weren't just suited to racing on gravel and snow and ice. They were also very safe and very quick on the road as well. Actually, there is a fundamental difference between a conventional four-wheel drive system and the one that's found in this Octavia Combi. Most of the time, power is delivered to the two front wheels, and only when the car detects that the front is managing all that it's capable of does it send some of the drive to the rear. It's arguably a better solution for Irish roads, as it allows for some weight saving and therefore better fuel efficiency, because it's not constantly driving all four wheels at the same time. This isn't a brand new system. They did introduce it in the Audi TT in the late 1990s, and it works a treat. Leaving aside the four-wheel drive system, this particular Skoda Octavia Combi has a 2-litre TDI 150 brake horsepower engine with ample torque to cater for all situations, especially if you're carrying heavy loads behind you, and you will be able to do that because the boot compartment and the luggage area is enormous. It has 610 litres of storage space in this Octavia Combi, which means that even if you have some broad-shouldered friends, a load of mountain bikes, maybe some golf gear or a kayak or something on the roof, it's really not going to cause the engine that much of a strain. There's lots of usable torque all the way through the rev range in practically every gear. This car also has cruise control, Bluetooth, a multifunction steering wheel with radio controls, a trip computer, dual zone climate control, loads of headroom, loads of space in the front cockpit, loads of room behind the driver. Even I stand at 6 feet tall and there's plenty of room for somebody even taller than me to be comfortable in the rear seat. It all seems to be going very well for the Skoda Octavia Combi. I love how it looks from the outside and I love driving it. It's very smooth, it's very comfortable, and even driving it through a business estate or around town traffic, the clutch is nice and light so you don't get a pain in your left leg from constantly having to depress the clutch to change gear. All in all, it's a great car, and I don't see myself, unless I have more kids than the old lady who lived in a shoe, outgrowing the space in this thing. There is acres of it. And so the only thing that I don't like about the Skoda Octavia Combi 4x4 is the fact, well, that it is a 4x4, and that means that the price differential over the regular two-wheel drive version is just over €3,000, and I'm not sure if that's a financial circle a lot of people will be able to square. And let's face it, I was driving around in the regular two-wheel drive version for most of the time because it wasn't slippery out. At just under €28,000 for one with a nice bit of kit, two-wheel drive version, 2-litre diesel, 150 brake horsepower, I think the Skoda Octavia Combi is probably one of the most broadly appealing cars on the market today.